Welcome to Forbidden Black History, a platform dedicated to shedding light on the pivotal moments in history that have shaped our world. Today, we embark on a journey through a painful chapter in history, one that has left indelible scars on the collective memory of humanity. The history of slavery is a stark reminder of the darkest aspects of human behavior, where countless black individuals endured unimaginable suffering at the hands of those who sought to exploit their labor and strip them of their humanity. We must remember that these stories are not just stories, they are the lived experiences of real people who showed immense resilience, strength, and resilience in the face of adversity. Africa's history spans beyond the slave era, back into thousands of years. We are not ignorant of the fact that the Black Continent was beautiful, glorious, and noble. But as we tell our glorious stories, we must also call out and tell our young and unborn people about the wickedness that we have suffered as a race. This knowledge will inform our decision on how we interact with our oppressors. Some of the worst atrocities that happened to our people during the slavery era happened in the plantations. It ranged from breeding farms where male and female's relatives were matched to have sex and reproduce to the rape, murder, and killing of men, women, and children. In the plantations, the black people who were taken into slavery were reduced below animals and suffered the worst fate known to man. According to records in the British Museum, slaves were boiled in sugar vats as punishment in the Caribbean, West Indies. In the 18th, 19th, and 20th centuries, the Caribbean had large amounts of sugar plantations and fields. Enslaved Africans were the major source of the labor on the plantations, and they worked all day round, planting, harvesting, milling them in the sugar refineries. The planting of sugar cane in the Caribbean, Barbados, started in the 1640s and was basically farmed by a combination of Africans and prisoners from the British Isles. The elites would later find a way to reach Africa and forcibly take black people who they brought to the plantations to work. The process of planting and processing sugarcane was very tedious. Many enslaved Africans died of disease, malnutrition, exhaustion, or were killed by slavers who wanted to teach others a lesson. In this particular instance, an enslaved African was unwell and could not work on the plantation. The plantation overseer would not have any of that, because he wanted more output and profit for his masters, so he decided to throw the young African into a boiling vat of sugar, and pinned him down with a stick so that the sick young man could drown a bit. The overseer's words were, "BT your black eyes. What, you can't work because you're not well? But I'll give you a warm bath to cure your ague, and a currycombing afterward to put spunk into you." After boiling him on the sugar juice, the overseer brought him out and whipped him so much that it took the young enslaved African another 6 months to recover from the wounds and scalding on his skin. In a debate by Wilberforce for the abolishment of slavery on April 18, 1791, he confirmed the evil punishment of boiling slaves by saying that an overseer threw a slave into the boiling cane juice, who died in 4 days. He was not punished otherwise than by replacing the slave and being dismissed the service. This and many more evil were carried out on the Africans who worked on the sugar plantations. A doctor named James Ramsay, who worked in the sugar plantations in St. Kitts, made some shocking revelations as to how slaves were treated by the overseers. In a book he wrote, he gave a gory but detailed account of it all, the ordinary punishments of slaves, for the common crimes of neglect, absence from work, eating the sugar cane, theft, or cart whipping, beating with a stick, sometimes to the breaking of bones, the chain, an iron crook about the neck, a ring about the ankle, and confinement in the dungeon. There have been instances of slitting of ears, breaking of limbs, so as to make amputation necessary, beating out of eyes, and castration. In short, in the place of decency, sympathy, morality, and religion, slavery produces cruelty and oppression. It is true that the unfeeling application of the ordinary punishments ruins the Constitution and shortens the life of many a poor wretch, he said. These devilish scenarios have continued to hunt our people to this date. Even though black people who are alive today did not experience these atrocities directly in those days, the wickedness of Caucasians today is a vivid reminder that nothing has really changed. Black people are still killed in numbers even by the police when they did nothing wrong and are still placed in prison, and their lives can be easily destroyed by the lies of a white woman, and there is little or no justice system that fights for the right of the blacks all over the world. Therefore, black people must come together to reclaim their destiny and protect themselves and land against all forms of attack. It is a duty we ourselves to stand together, or we will forever be scorned. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of a crucial chapter in history. We hope you found this episode informative and thought-provoking. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on our future content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. Your support helps us continue our mission of fostering understanding and empathy. We also value your feedback and thoughts, so please feel free to share your comments, questions, and suggestions in the comments section below. We love hearing from you and learning from your perspectives. Remember, it's through respectful dialogue and a commitment to knowledge that we can work together to create a more inclusive and equitable world. Thank you again for being a part of Forbidden Black History. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.